Question is for Steven Espinosa. What situations should DACA beneficiaries avoid to protect their status?
DACA beneficiaries have to keep in mind that they are not legal residents. They don't have an absolute right to remain here in the United States lawfully. In order to maintain their DACA status, what they need to do is avoid certain situations. For example, any kind of criminal arrest or criminal conviction. They need to, as soon as they are arrested, consult with the criminal expert that will be able to advise them and give them proper information with respects to pleading to a certain crime. If they plead out to the wrong offense, they not only will they lose their DACA status, but they may now put themselves at risk and face deportation proceedings. In addition, DACA recipients also have permission to leave the U.S. on an advanced parole. If they leave the U.S. on advanced parole, they cannot be outside the United States for a certain period of time. They run the risk if they leave for more than that time that they will lose not only the DACA status, but they may remain outside the United States permanently. So they need to avoid any travel for more than the specified amount of time. Additionally, keep in mind that as a deferred action recipient, they have to maintain the status in order which they applied. In other words, if they had registered for a GED program, they have to continue with that GED program. They don't have to complete it necessarily, but they still have to maintain registration.
If someone under DACA protection is approached by ICE, what is he or she supposed to respond to the ICE officer?
Remember, as a DACA recipient, you have rights that protect you. If you are detained by an ICE official, you have the right to remain silent. You have the right to ask to see an immigration judge, and you have the right to speak to an attorney. These rights are available to you. An officer does not have the right to, if they detain you, they can always take you in to go see an immigration judge, and you can be processed for your status. But in order to go ahead and deport you, you have to go through a due process right of having the judge review your case. In the event you get detained by an immigration officer, remember there's also a practical approach to being detained. Keep in mind that as a DACA recipient, you have what's called deferred action status. It doesn't give the DACA recipient a legal right to remain here in the United States. It just simply tells the government, hey, we know you're here undocumented. We know that you can work here in the United States, but it doesn't give you a right to remain here legally. An ICE officer can at any point detain you and put you in deportation proceedings. So as a practical matter, I always advise our DACA recipients to be careful how they speak to the officers and keep in mind that they still have, at the end of the day, the power to place you in deportation proceedings.